Cross your arms, inhale, and exhale. Another big breath, inhale, and exhale. One more, a little bigger. Really fill those lungs, reach through your fingertips, open up through your chest, and exhale. And shake out your arms, shake out your legs. Good. Ground your feet, take it to a little twist. Good. And then go ahead and reach your right arm overhead, left arm overhead, right arm overhead, and left arm, right and left. Now across, and across, and across, and across, and ground here. Cross your arms, another big breath. Inhale. This time place your hands together. Spread your fingertips wide and bring your hands down to heart center. Thumbs point in toward your chest. And inhale, lift all the way up. Still pressing your hands together. Feel the firing through your shoulders and upper back. Let your arms loose. Take your shoulders up and back around. And inhale up. Spread your hands, fingertips apart. Press them together and draw them down to heart center. Pressing your hands together, shoulders down away from your ears. And inhale, open up. And down here, take your shoulders up and back around. One more time, inhale, big breath. Hands together, press, press, press strong. Feel the strength in your shoulders, your upper back. And up. And release as you open. Good, good. And shake it out again. Take your head to your right shoulder. And then circle around to the left and to the right. And to the left. So gentle circles going side to side and right. And left here and back to center. Good. Now take your right hand. So lead with your thumb. You're going to think about rotating that arm around, back, and then come around with your pinky fingers. Okay, so thumbs lead going back, and then you rotate, then start to lead with your thumb, and then start to lead with your pinky fingers. So hopefully you can see me. So it looks like this. Thumbs rotating and back around all the way and coming back opposite direction. And here, let's try the other side. So left arm leading with your thumb, go all the way back. Keep your arm close to your torso and then rotate so that your pinky fingers are leading. Keep rotating and pinky fingers leading again. Okay, so come on back, lead with the thumb, rotate, 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 and you lead with your pinky fingers coming back. Let's try one more, okay? So lead with your thumb, coming back, opening up through that shoulder, rotate, lead with your pinky, then start to lead with your thumb, and then pinky again. And then bring it back. Keep your arm close by, open up through that shoulder, and all the way back to center here. Good. Take your hips and then just circle around. Big circles and go the opposite direction. Good. Then separate your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Okay, take your arms up. You're going to take it to a little squat. Make sure your knees track above your feet. And then you're going to shift your arms to the right as you shift your hips to the left. Okay, so feel that stretch to the side. And then take it back to center and lift all the way up. Let's go again. Take it to that squat and shift your hips to the right. Reach your arms to the left. Feel that stretch. And then come on back up. One more set. So taking it down, maybe going a little lower. Hips to the left, arms to the right. Reach, reach. And then back and up. Finishing off, down, reach, reach, reach to the left, hips to the right, and then back to center. And come on up like so. Take your left leg circle, right leg circles, and left and right. Reverse the directions, stepping over that obstacle here. And other side, and take your right leg, hold it. Thigh stays quiet, take that lower right leg and set it in motion. And then switch directions and stop just that foot. So through that ankle and then opposite direction. Good, shake it out. Let's do the other side. So left thigh stays quiet, set that lower left leg in motion. And then reverse. And stop just that foot, circle around. Good, and then reverse. Whew. Hear a little cracking. And shake it out. Feet in parallel, hip distance, take a breath, inhale. And take it to our squat. So knees tracking above our feet and inhale. And exhale. Okay, make sure your knees are behind your toes. Sending that seat back, inhale. And exhale down. Good. And inhale, let's settle on down into the bottom of your squat. Okay, if you need support, hands on your thighs. So this is the bottom. Okay, this is level 1. Take it up to standing without locking your knees. This is level 5. Okay, 1 and 5. Shoulders out, down, arms out, or on your thighs or your hips. Okay, down, level 1, level 5. We're going to build some heat pretty quickly. Make sure your knees truck above your feet. Okay, we're going to protect those knees. And up. So level 1 and 5. So think of an elevator. So you're on the first floor and 5th floor and 1st and 5th. Okay, good, 1st and 5th. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. Now 1st and 4th, 1st and 4th and 1st and 4th, 1st and 3rd, 3rd and 1st and 3rd, 1st and 2nd, 1st and 2nd. So just a little pulse at the bottom. 1st and 2nd, 1st, 1st and 3rd, go 1st and 3rd, climbing up, 1st and 4th, good, 1st and 5th. Now hanging out here, 1st and 5th. So feeling the warmth in your legs, 1st and 5th. We're going to go back down. Here we go, 1st and 4th, 1st and 3rd, 1st and 2nd, hanging out here, good, 1st and 2nd, good, 1st and 2nd, 1st and 3rd, 1st and 3rd, now 2nd and 3rd, 2nd and 3rd. So you're mid-range, just a little pulse down and up, down and up. Let's pick up the pace, and pulse, and pulse. 2nd and 3rd, good, pulse, and pulse, good, pulse. Keep going, good, pulse, and pulse, pulse. Let's go for 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. You're going to shift the weight over into that right leg. And we're going to take it down into a little squat. And then come on up. So challenging our balance a little bit. Try to keep the weight in that heel as you take it down. You might feel that ankle wobbling. It's okay. It's getting stronger as it does. Just make sure that knee tracks above that foot. And up. 2 more. Down. And up. 1 more. Down. And lift. Extend that left leg out. Arms overhead. Form that X with your body. So nice symmetrical X. And then start to widen that X. Leaning over to the side. Ooh, have a wall here. Good. And 3, and 2, and 1. Come on up. Good. Over to the other side. So left foot down. Take it down into a little dip down and up. Make sure that left knee is tracking above that foot. Down and up. Good. Down and up. Woo. 4 more. Nice and strong. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Down and up. Extend that right leg, arms overhead. Find that X. Okay, find your balance. Soften your supporting leg. That knee is slightly bent, soft. And then start to widen the X as you lean over to the left. Challenging your balance a little bit. Good. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. And come on up. Good. And shake everything out. We're going to take it to a wide stance. So toes are turned out. Arms out. Take it down and up. Good. Then we're going to settle here in sun god. So go ahead and take it in to a squat. Arms to the side. Dropping your hips down nice and upright through your torso. Stay firm in your arms as you hold here for an isometric contraction. So you're just holding here. Squeezing those glutes. Make sure your knees are tracking above your feet. Good. Just holding nice and strong. Feel the strength as you ground your feet and hold. Good. Shoulders down away from the ears. Feel the tension in your arms. Good. Maybe a little lower. Good. A little lower. And hold. Woo. For 4 and 3. Let's go 2 and 1. Rise up. Take it down. Nice and easy. Breathe. Good. And we're going to settle down. Arms out to the side. So you're working lots of arm strength. Here, just reach over to the right and left. So some lateral work. Your hips do not move. You're just reaching side to side, upper body only. Let's go ahead and pick up the pace and go a little faster. Reach and reach. Good. Reach. See if you can stretch out a little bit more to the side. Let's go for 10 and 9 and 8. Steadying the legs. 6 and 5. Go 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Settle to the front. Down and up. Down and up. Arms to the side once again. Settling here. Okay, you want a wide stance. Take your right heel left. And then lower down, left heel lifts. And then lowers down, right heel lifts. And then lowers down, left. And let's go a little faster. A little more fluid. And right and left. Work strong in those ankles. Good. Okay, now listen up. Right heel lifts, left heel lifts to join. So you're balancing on your toes if you can. Good. Take your arms overhead and see if you can take it to a little pulse. Good. Squeeze those glutes. Spine is in neutral. Shoulders down away from your ears. Good. Pulsing, balancing. Good. Let's go for 10 and 9, 8 and 7. Go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Settle down. Take it to a hinge into airplane. So I'm just going to show you here. You can wiggle, whatever you need to do. Palms face down. Back of the neck is long. Knees soft. Feel the stretch the backs of your legs. Really lengthen through your torso. Okay. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale all the way down into a forward fold. And find that stretch to the backs of your legs. I'm going to separate your feet a little wider. Okay. Toes pointed to the front of you. Just go ahead and shift to the right. So feel an inner thigh stretch on the left side. Shift to the left. Feel the inner thigh stretch on the left side. Make sure that bent knee is tracking above that foot. Over to the right. And over to the left. Okay, now we're going to hold to the center and turn your toes out slightly. Okay, so angle that slightly. And then as you lower down, you're going to lower a little bit more. Make sure that knee tracks above the foot. And then go to the other side a little bit more. Make sure that knee tracks above the foot. Okay, so just finding the stretch side to side. Now if you want to, you can take your arms across and make it a little more of a strength move, side to side. Good. And side. Good. Woo. Okay, if you're doing the side to side, try and stay at the same level. Other side. Good. One more. And left. And back to center. Back into that forward fold. Diving down, feeling the stretch. Go ahead and bend your knees, roll up your spine, taking it all the way to standing. Bring your legs together. Let's step to the back of the mat. Go ahead and cross your arms. Inhale. And swan dive down, lengthen through your spine all the way down. Bend your knees. You're going to walk your hands out. Top of a push-up here or on your knees. Take it to some little tricep pulses. Keep your elbows close to your sides. Good. Shoulders away from the ears. Head on out with your spine. Belly pulled in. Engaging that core for 3 and 2 and 1. Separate your knees. Go ahead and settle down in child's pose. Forehead on the mat. And then go ahead and press forward. Tuck your toes and then push back into downward facing dog. You can heel toe through your feet. Feel that stretch. And then go ahead and take it into a plank once again on your knees or your toes. Take it into chaturanga. So lowering down, elbows close to your sides. Onto your belly or hover. Inhale, cobra. Or if you're ready, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and push back. Feel that stretch to the backs of your legs. Press through your hands. Really lengthen through your spine. Go ahead and ground your left. Kick your right leg back behind you. And then softly swing it through. Place it between your hands. Drop down. Feel the stretch in your hip flexors. Hey, lower that left knee down if you want to. Take your right arm, reach up to the ceiling. Open up through that chest. You can even drop that arm back. Open up a little further. And then go ahead and reach that right arm here. Feel that stretch. Go ahead and step that left foot. Meet the right legs together. And go ahead and take it right into a chair. So sitting down, if you want to, you can place your hands on your thighs for more support. Sitting down, weighting your heels, squeezing those legs together. Holding here, either hands on your thighs or bring them to prayer. Hold. Press your hands together if they're here. Finding the warmth start to build in your legs a little bit more. You can take it to a little rotation, maybe just slightly to the side, or you can place your left elbow against your right thigh for leverage. Press your hands together, fingers turn into your chest. You can open your arms up if you want to. Just make sure your knees stay aligned. Good. Feel that twist. And then go ahead and take it back into prayer here. If you're doing it with your hands on your thighs, just a gentle twist to the left, or twist to the left, or right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Pressing your hands together and turn your fingers in toward your chest here, or open your arms up. Feel that twist, that rotation. 3 and 2 and 1. Back into prayer here. Go ahead and rise up. You're going to send that left foot back behind. Okay, so feel that hip flexor stretch. As you hold, you're going to take it into some, maybe a little cardio. You're gonna bring it in and back, and in and back. Good. And back, stepping back in, keeping that right knee bent. Okay, good. If you want to take it to the next option, just let that left foot hover behind, not touching the mat. Okay, here, touch, or here, and hover. Here, touch, or here, and hover. Okay, so you choose your option. I'm going to start to pick up the pace a little bit, trying to get that heart rate up. Okay, good. If you want to make the movements a little bigger, up, and up, and up, and up. Good. Up, and up. Find your balance. I'm going to count down for 10 more counts. Do as many as you can. Go. For 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it back into that chair, legs together, hands into prayer or on your thighs. Just catching your breath here. Go ahead and rise up. Send that right foot back behind. Here, find that hip flexor stretch to start, arms back. Same thing on this side. Here we go. Up and back, up and back. And if you want, just let that foot hover in and back, in and back, or that tap. And you're going to start to pick up the pace. A little faster. If you want a little bigger movement with the arms, and blood flowing a little bit more. Up. And bend that left knee a little bit more. Good. I'm going to count down for 10 more. 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, 6. Go 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring your legs together. Back into that prayer. Sitting back down. Pressing your hands together or on your thighs. Send that seat down a little bit more. Good. Press for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Swan dive down. You can separate your feet to about hip distance. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your feet back behind you. Take it into downward facing dog. Pressing through your hands. Good. And then go ahead and walk your hands to your feet. You can bend your knees if you want to. Roll up through your spine. Inhale, big breath. You can add an arch back if you're ready. And go ahead and take it to a roll down. So articulate through your spine as you roll down. Hands onto the mat. You can bend your knees if you need to. Try not to shift side to side into a plank. Some tricep push-ups. You can do that on your knees. We're going to do 5. Okay, so here we go. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Elbows close, and 1. Press up, walk your hands back to your feet here, and roll up to your spine. Try not to lock your knees out. Inhale, big breath. You can add an arch back. Ooh. And back down. Chin into your chest and roll to your spine. And take it all the way back into that plank here. Lower your knees down. You're going to scoot your hands to the outer edges of the mat. Okay, nice and wide. You can scoot your knees to the outer edges or your toes to the outer edges. Actually, let's go past the outer edges if you can. So a little wider and then into a plank. So on your toes or your knees. Okay, so wide stance. So it looks like this. Okay, so wide. You want to keep your shoulders pressing away from your ears. And hold strong. Hands are spread out wide. Okay, you're going to count down for 20 seconds. You can do it. Woo. Pressing those shoulders away from your ears still. Holding. Back of the neck is long. Belly is pulled in. That core is engaged, definitely. It's like bending your elbows. Try not to lock them out. You got 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. Good. And 1. Lower your knees down if they're not already there. Take it into a brief child's pose. Forehead on the mat. And then back up. Okay, now that was a wide plank. We're going to do a long plank. So on your knees or your toes, you're going to take your hands out. So increase the angle in your shoulders like so. Okay, so ordinarily our hands, our wrists are under our shoulders, but we want to take our arms out, press your shoulders down, and hold it in this long plank. Okay, make sure your shoulders are away from the ear, core is engaged to support that lower back. Okay, modification is to bring your arms closer to under your shoulders, of course. On your knees or your toes, in that plank position. Make sure you have traction so you don't slide. And hold here. Okay, so nice and strong. Counting down for 20 seconds. Let's go. I'm good. 10 more seconds. This is my internal stopwatch, so it may be a little off. Almost there. 5 more seconds. And 1, and release. Come on down and take it into child's pose. Sit back on your heels, forehead on the mat. Good, and come on up. Take your shoulders and circle them around. Take your wrists and circle them around. And then go in the opposite direction. So a little bit of a stretch. Stretch out your flexors and extensors. Good. Nice. All right, we're going to flip our feet around, our legs around, and up on our backs. Take it to our bridges to start. So nice neutral spine. Just going to press through your feet and lift up, and then lower down, hitting the ground in neutral. So pressing up and back down. And if you want, lift your arms up and lower down. Try and keep the space between your knees and feet the same the entire time. Again, up and down. And just 2 more like this. Up and down. 1 more. Taking it up and lowering down. Walk your feet out about 3 inches. Lift your toes. So you're digging your heels into the mat. Arms stay on the mat to start. Go ahead and dig your heels in as you press up and down and up and down. So at the top, you're not too high. You don't want to introduce an arch in your lower back. So just monitor that. Neutral spine. If you want, arms up and down and up and down. Now we're going to hold that left. So here, hold. Take your hips and just drop them 2 inches and pulse. Down and up, down and up. So we're trying to get those glutes and hamstrings to get warm. Down and lift, down and lift. Good. Down and lift, down and lift. 20 more. And 19, and 18, and 17. Squeeze. 16, and 15, and 14, 13, and 12, 11, and 10, 9, and 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and release. Lower it down. Bring your legs together. Squeeze them together. Still on your heels. Press up and hold. Feeling it a little more intensely. Squeezing those legs, getting the inner thigh muscles as well. So you can keep it here or here to modify. Or if you want to progress, if you want another option, squeeze your thighs together and kick your lower right leg out and hold. So you're going to feel it intensely through that hamstring and gluteal on the left side. Squeezing those inner thighs together and just hold. Good. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1 before you rest. If you have that leg kicked out, let's do the other side and hold. Again, squeezing those inner thighs. Hips are at the same level. Reaching your arms up. Spine is in neutral. Digging that right heel into the mat. Squeeze. Let's go for 10 and 9. Work it. 8 and 7, 6. Squeeze. 5 and 4 and 3. Go. 2 and 1. Lower that leg down. Lower your spine onto the mat. Bring your knees into your chest. Do a couple of rolls. Take your legs into tabletop. So 90-degree bend in your knees and your hips. Space between your knees, about hip distance. Toes are pointed. Tap your right toe down. Bring it back up. Left toe down. And back up. Right toe down. Spine stays in neutral for this. Okay, so you have a little arch in that lower back without hyperextending. And left toes down. And right toes down. Left toes down. Good. 1 more set. Right and left. Right and left. Back into tabletop. Still that space between your knees and your feet. Take your arms overhead, shoulders away from the ears. Okay, you're going to sweep your arms to your side as you lift up. Arms overhead as you lower down. Fingertips 12 inches off the mat. Circle your arms around, lift up. And lower down. Let's circle around, lifting up a little higher. And then lower back down. And let's go again. Circle around, lift. So your legs are not moving. They're nice and quiet. Stabilize there. Toes are pointed. Arms overhead. And rise up. Reach. And lower down. This time we're going to lift up and hold. So here we're going to lift up and hold. We're going to add a little pulse. And squeeze. So really feel in that belly. Lift. And lift. And lift. Let's go. a little higher if you can. Let's go for 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and lower back down, arms overhead. And let's go again. Sweep up and then back down. So feeling a little more fatigued in that belly, and down. Curling up and lower back down. If you need to place your legs onto the mat at any point, go ahead. Just make sure that lower back is not hyperextending. It's not hurting. Okay, and up and lower down and hold up and left here. And again, 2 of those pulses. Remember, the modification is to put your feet on the mat. Here we go. And pulse and pulse. Let's go for 20 and 19 and 18 and 17. 16, a little higher, 15 and 14, go, 13, 12, 11 and 10 and 9, go, 8, 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3 and 2 and 1, and release. Knees into your chest. Couple tugs, extend your legs out long, arms overhead, stretch it out. Woo. Good, good. We're gonna roll over onto our side. Okay, so I'll be on my right. If you're opposite, that's fine. Here, you're going to take your hips, lift them up into a side plank, like so. Take your top leg and extend out. And just going to lift and lower, lift and lower. So working that outer thigh. Good. You can take that left arm up to the ceiling if you want to. Up and down. Up and down. Take it to your range. Squeeze and down. Good. Up and down. Woo! Staying nice and stable in your torso. Head is in line with your spine. Good. And up and down. Good. Now take it to the top of your range, hold, and here we're just going to pulse. Okay, so we're going to go for a little burn. Good. Staying strong in that right shoulder. Try not to sink. Keep that shoulder away from the ear. Good. And 10 and 9, 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Hang on. Good. Take that leg, bring it out in front as far as you can. Angle your toes down. Okay, so do what you can and pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse. Go for 10, 9 and 8, 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3 and 2 and 1 and release and down. Hip down. Stay on that right forearm. Okay, create about a 90 or about a 100-degree bend in your knees. Toes are pointed. You're going to take that top leg, lift and down. Okay, so what you want to be careful is you don't want to sink in that right side of your torso. You want to stay supported here. If you find yourself sinking, then go all the way down to your side. Okay, so here, good. And up, feeling that outer thigh, that gluteal, and the left side toes are together. Good, up, nice. And squeeze, try and keep your hips from falling back. Okay, that top hip from falling back, they're aligned. Up, just that leg, good. And up, and down, let's go up. And down, nice, and down, up, and down. Now hold that left here. That left thigh does not move. Lower left leg kicks out here. Toes are pointed. Let's draw a circle. Okay, so the leg is out. Try and get that thighs approximately the same angle. Okay, good. Just circling that leg, a tiny, tiny circle. Doesn't take much. And then reverse the direction of the circles. Okay, think about the rest of your body staying strong, not collapsing. Good. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And release. Go ahead and take yourself upright here and just go ahead and roll into your gluteal. So stretching it out, getting a nice massage. Good. And this is our transition into the other side. So left forearm down, legs out to the side. Into that side plank here. Okay, top right leg extends here or here. Take that leg up and up. That outer thigh strong. Good. That left shoulder strong away from the ear. No collapsing. Head aligned with the spine. Staying toned in that left waist. And up and down. Working that leg. And down. Good. Woo. Again. And down. Good. Now hold that left at the top here, and we're going to bob up and up and up. Good. Pulsing, nice and strong. If you're starting to fatigue, you can lower that hip down. 10 and 9 and 8, 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Kick that leg out. Angle the toes down and pulse and pulse and pulse. Hang in there, almost done. Good. 15 and 14 and 13 and 12, 11 and 10 and 9, 8, 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Lower it down. That hip goes down. Okay, toes are pointed. About 100-degree angle in the knees. Tone in that lower waist. Your clamshells up and down. If you need to lower all the way into the mat, go ahead. Good. And up. Hips are vertically aligned. Just lifting that right leg. Up and down. Good. Up and down. Up and down. Nice. Strong. You got it. Woo. And squeeze. Okay, so at the top, find that squeeze. So really going for a nice work. That gluteal under thigh. Good. Up and down. Up. Next one, we're going to hold that left. Hold, feel that squeeze. The right thigh stays quiet. Lower right leg kicks out. I'm going to draw that circle around. Okay, so you're really challenging your stability. You're having to stay quiet in your torso as you circle that leg. Whew, it's burning. Good. And then let's reverse the direction of the circles. Good. Around. Nice. Nice smooth circles. Okay, so no edges, no corners. Good. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and release and lower down. Come on up. Let's go ahead and massage that gluteal. Side to side. Good. And while we're here, let's do an inner thigh and chest stretch. So place your feet in butterfly. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Okay. And then take your hands back behind. You're going to lift up through your chest. Pinch your shoulder blades together as you take your knees, your legs out to the sides, really opening up through that inner thigh. And then go ahead and release a little bit. Okay, so let's go again. Press out as you lift your chest. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Open up. And then come, release. And again, open up. And then release. One more time. Nice and big. And then release. Good job. Okay. I'm going to roll over onto our belly while we're here. Like so. Okay, take your knees to the outer edges of the mat. So walk them out. Place your heels together in frog. So your feet are flexed. You're just pressing your heels together. It helps if you widen your knees a little bit more. So you're pressing your heels together. You want to feel the firing of all the muscles in the lower part of your body. And just holding here and press. You can fold your arms, place your forehead to the back of your hands and press. And press. Just be mindful of your lower back. Okay, no hyperextension. So maybe pelvic tilting a little bit if you need to do that to keep your spine in neutral. So you're just pressing your heels together, holding, press. Feeling a shake start to set in maybe. Getting those pelvic floor muscles as you press. And press, and press. So you want to climb to about 85-90% of your maximum. So pretty strong for 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, 6, and 5. Go 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lighten up to about 40% of your maximum. Place your hands to the outer edges of the mat. Okay, elbows out. We're going to do some chest presses while we press our heels together. So from here, you're going to press up and down. Okay, if you want to modify, just go a little bit. So a little press here. If you want to go a little further, go ahead. You want to try and keep your shoulder blades apart though. Keep your heels pressing together. And let's go for about 10 more. And 9, staying strong. 8, and 7, and 6, and 5. Press those heels. And 4, and 3, and 2. Good job. And 1. Press those heels. Final press. And then release. And then send your torso back. And let it relax between your thighs in child's pose. Take it into a quadruped. We're going to do cat-cow. So take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, cat stretch. And inhale, cow. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat stretch. And then send your seat back. Wiggle, wiggle. Feel that stretch in that lower back. And then hands on your shoulders over your wrists, and cow back into neutral. Good. Go ahead and reach forward. Okay. Press forward onto our bellies. We're going to do another set for our back. Okay. Separate your feet, comfortable distance. Belly pulls in. Lift up your upper torso. You can squeeze your glutes and your hamstrings. Point your toes and find your back extension here or here or here or out in front, Superman. Just make sure that core is engaged to support. Good. Okay, now if your arms are here, you're going to flutter kick your legs. If they're here, you're flutter kicking your legs. If your arms are out, flutter kick your arms as well. Take it into Pilates swimming. Okay, so choose your variation. Just kicking, fluttering your legs or your legs and your arms. And hanging out here for 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, 6, and 5. Go 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And release, hands on your shoulders. Woo, and settle back into child's pose, forehead on the mat. Feel that stretch. And then come back up into quadrant head. You're going to take that right arm, reach out to the side, and then weave it under your left armpit as you drop down. Okay, this time on the way up, you're going to take that right arm and open up through that chest. And then weave under that left armpit and open up. Now this time as you weave, you're not going to let that right arm touch the mat. You're just going to reach to the side. So getting a stretch, but also working. Okay, so working those obliques as you hover. Working that left shoulder. And lift up, open up through that chest. And then weave without letting that arm touch the mat here. And then open up. And then weave last time. And then back to center. Let's do the other side. So left arm out to the side. And weave under that right armpit. This time you can let your arm touch the mat. So you're going for a stretch here. And then take that left arm, open up. As you open that left shoulder, draw it up. And then weave under. And then open up through that chest. Open, open, open. This time as you weave, try not to let that arm touch the mat you're hovering. And then open up, weave, up, 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 stretch. And then weave under, nice and strong, supporting here. And then open up, and then weave. Good. And then come back to center. Tuck your toes under, push back into downward facing dog, heel toeing through your feet. Nice little stretch to the backs of your legs, press through your hands. Good. Ground your right foot, kick your left leg nice and high. Good. And then go ahead and open up your hips, flex your left foot, and feel the stretch through your hips. Good. Now from here, we're going to take it into a plank. So maybe it's here as you draw that left shoulder, that left knee to the left shoulder. And then open up to that hip. And toward a plank. Don't worry if you don't get there. To that left shoulder. You want to keep it lifted so you get that outer thigh glute on the left side to engage. And open up. Feel that stretch. Draw that right heel into the mat. Try and get that left knee to point to the ceiling. And take it into that plank. Maybe going a little further. Hold. And then back up. Open up to that chest. That hip, sorry. And then bring that left knee to your left shoulder. That plank. And then up. And then to that left shoulder here. Okay, next one we're going to go for a little change. So up toward that left shoulder, maybe here, or all the way down. You're going to take that left knee, you're going to draw to the right and left and right. So if you're up here, you're doing this. If you're down in that plank, you're a little lower. Going cross body and side and cross body. These are pretty challenging, so hang in there. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and rise all the way up onto your right toes. Press through your hands, really feel that stretch in the back of that right leg. And then go ahead and lower down. Let's do the other side. Ground your left, kick your right leg nice and high. Press through your hands, drive that left heel down. Bend your right knee, open your right hip up, look under your right armpit. Try and get that right knee to point up to the ceiling. So really stretch it out, press through your hands. And go ahead and take it to a plank. Right knee toward your right shoulder. Here, and then back up. Feel that stretch. And then right knee to right shoulder here, or maybe going a little further this time. Good. And up. And to that plank. Good. And up. To that plank. Good. And up. Next one, we're going to go for a little hold. So here for that hold and swing. Left and right and left and right. Really working those obliques, those rectus abdominis muscles. Go. Woo. Strong in the shoulders, upper back. Go for 4 and 3. You got it. And 2 and 1. And rise up. All the way up. Kick it and lower down into child's pose. Sit back on your heels. Forward on the mat and rest it out. Good. And then take it on up. Take your hands, shake them out. Circle through those wrists. Each direction. Place your hands out in front. Fingertips point toward you. And then just gently, safely lean back. So you want to feel a stretch through your forearms, your wrists. And then this, go lightly. Back of the hands down. So light, light, light. And just feel that stretch here. Okay, so don't put a lot of weight. Just a little bit. A little assistance. Good. And take it up. Shoulders circle around. Hands on your shoulders. And then go in the opposite direction. Good. And then take your right arm, pull it in with your left. A little wiggle. And switch left arm in front, pull it in with your right. Good. Nice. And then come on down. Take your legs. 90-degree bend in that right leg. 90-degree bend in that left leg behind. And then just hinge forward until you feel a stretch in that right gluteal. Okay, so you can adjust until you feel the stretch. Okay, just make sure you're not torquing the knee. Okay, so you want to try and keep that right thigh down. So just pay attention to your body. Finding that stretch. Once you find it, just hang out for a moment. Feel the stretch. Feel the muscle release a little bit. And switch. So left leg in front, right leg behind. That 90-degree bend. And then hinge forward. Just exploring, trying to find the tight areas. That gluteus maximus muscle, piriformis muscle. Good, and then come on up, nice. Good, extend your legs out, nice straddle. Okay, you're gonna take it to a hinge maybe here, maybe you need to lean back. Okay, so maybe you're tightening your hamstrings and need to lean back. That's okay. Just want to feel a stretch there, or hinge forward, maybe a little, maybe a lot. You want to try and keep your toes pointing up to the ceiling though. And breathe. Come on up for your legs in cross-legged position. Circling up the shoulders, each direction. You take your arms, reach them up. Rotate to the right. Lower your arms. You can use that left arm to help you twist a little bit more, but you want to keep your hips grounded. So just twisting from your upper body. And then come on up. Rotate to the left. And feel that twist. And down, circling your shoulders a little bit more. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Reach over to the right and over to the left and over to the right. This time you're going to lower your left shoulder down. Reach to the top corner as you drop that left hip a little bit more. So again, a nice stretch for the lats. And over to the side, other side, side stretch. And then lower that right shoulder, reach to the top left corner of the room. Stack and back up. Good. Shoulders circle. Inhale up. Lower down, elbows down by your side. Open up through the chest. A little pinch of your shoulder blades. Opening up through that chest a little bit more for 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Head to your right. Circle around to your left. And your right. Loosening up to that neck and right. Hold. Fingertips to the back of your head and gently press as you drop your shoulders down. Breathe. Up. Look over your right shoulder. And then left. Back to center. As always, our 2 final breaths. Okay, so just think about whatever you need to release, whatever is weighing on you, whatever is holding you back. Just release and let it go. Okay, so here we go. Inhale, big breath. And exhale. Here's your chance. Let it out. Shake it all out. And refill what's important to you, what's important to your soul, your core. Inhale, big breath. Place your hands together and slowly, with intention, bring it down to heart center. And we say namaste. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.